Yeah, all right, and welcome back to another episode of Planet Gen X. I'm your host, Sean, and that over there is Brian. I'm still getting
What's up, everybody?
Yeah.
Man, one way or another.
Man, I am so excited. I'm on a high right now, y'all, because we just finished up the Star Trek Strange New Worlds reaction. Boy, was it an awesome episode, so...
And we needed it.
Good note. Yeah, we did need it. And y'all should go check it out. Go check out our reaction video if you haven't already. Damn good episode, y'all. Gotta check it out. And as you're doing that, right before you do that, give us a subscribe, give us a like, hit that notification bell, and leave us a comment. If you know, from time to time we reach out, we go, hey guys, leave us a comment. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about. So you can do that. And you can just leave us a comment and tell us how stupid we look, how great we look, how brilliant I am, how brilliant Brian is, how great his background looks. Anything at all. It can be anything. You can even write me a poem if you want. Brian, do you want a poem?
I have a haiku instead.
Yes, you can. Give Brian a haiku, please. All right. So, I'll tell you what. You mentioned that you had a tough day, buddy. Why don't you tell me about that?
I don't know that it was a tough day. It was just crazy, man. I didn't get... I maybe got 4 hours of sleep last night. Woke up at like 4 in the morning, earlier, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't go back to sleep.
Oh, my.
So, yeah, I was up all morning. And then a friend needed me to help him dig a hole. Now, I wasn't really digging a hole, but I was digging in a wet hole while the sun was shining on me for a couple hours.
That sounds like a song.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Country song.
Yeah.
So did that, got back, and took just like this impromptu nap out of nowhere. I was just like sitting back there watching something up here, and next thing I know, it's like 4:30.
What time is it?
Right. It's not late. It's just early.
4:30. Yeah. Little spin doctor action.
Yeah. So like I wake up at 4:30 and I'm like, still haven't watched Strange New Worlds. My phone wasn't charged. I had to watch that. Got on just in time to do the reaction with you, and now hopefully I've got just enough juice to get us through an hour or so. So
I think we'll make it. I'll try not to be too long-winded today. I got to keep the people interested, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Content, man.
Man, I'll tell you what, speaking of being on a high about TV, we were just talking about how great that Star Trek was. I just found out like 2 or 3 days ago that they are remaking Justified. Well, they've remade it. It's about to be shown again. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Well, a new series, which is interesting.
Yeah, brand new series. We still get Timothy Olyphant, which he is awesome. Right. Double thumbs up.
So
and it's in
I
Detroit.
haven't read, yeah. That's what I was going to get to. I haven't read any of the books, and I should bring the guy's up name unless you have it offhand.
Elmore Leonard.
Yes, Elmore Leonard. He is a well-established writer and known and whatnot. The crazy thing is, and correct me if I'm wrong, they may have brought it up in later episodes, but for the whole first and second season, you have no idea that Raylan has spent all this time in Detroit. Whereas in the books, that was like that's where it was, mainly in Detroit.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see that, I don't know.
I bet they go through and make it where you said they didn't say nothing about it, which I'm watching it all. The originals, we both been watching them.
I know they drop Detroit here and there.
Yeah.
But they, it takes them a while to acknowledge it.
If they wanted to drop it more, they would have done it like they did Glencoe, because they dropped Glencoe way
right.
else. So we know his deal at Glencoe. So if they'd have done that with Detroit, then you would feel happy and right at home, no doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, I get totally what you're saying about that, for sure. So yeah, I am looking forward to it. I will say this, because I've seen him do it one time with Deadwood, and there was a long period of time between them, just like there's a long period of time between, the last Justified when he was doing that character and now.
Yeah.
I didn't think his portrayal of his character in the Deadwood movie that they redid was particularly great, considering how great he was in the original. I mean, he just, and granted, he is playing a 3 year more mature, or not even 3 years. I think it was maybe 8 years more mature character. So maybe he made that artistic choice, to say that maybe this is my character, how he's grown. Now there were scenes where it was reminiscent of his old self, but yeah, I hope Raylan is Raylan that we know and remember, because I love Timothy Oliphant, man. Just ever since I saw Deadwood, that's really the first thing I remember him in.
We haven't even mentioned the full name. It's City Primeval, isn't it? Isn't that the name of the new series? Or
Is it?
Just Justified?
I don't know. I just heard New Justified. I think I heard it on the radio, and then my wife said, "Oh yeah," she didn't even. It's typical, man. It's like she knows we're watching and shit. She knows how much I love that show, and she's like, "Oh yeah, they are gonna." I'm like, "Okay, thanks for letting me know."
Yeah. So City Primeval is actually one of the books that Elmore did, and it if I recall correctly, it does feature an older Raylan.
Oh yeah.
So that'll match up, right? He's a little bit older now. He's showing a lot more gray. But it is his return to Detroit after a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And the name of that book is City Primeval. I think I saw that tagged here somewhere with the new series.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the name. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, I know it's the whole production company from the original. So I mean, that's Elmore Leonard's kid.
People.
Yeah, I know it's got. I forget the name of the person. Taylor Leonard or something. I don't know. I probably got that totally wrong. So don't. You can put in a comment what it really is. Thank you.
There you go.
As you're hitting the subscribe and like button. Thank you. Have I said that already?
I don't know. Did you?
I don't know. I know I said it.
Say
I
what?
don't know if I said it in this video or the last.
You did.
Okay, good.
You did.
Now I've gone from never saying it to saying it too damn much.
Saying it too much, right? Yeah.
I'm that asshole.
Subscribe and like. Subscribe and like.
Right. And when it goes out on the final edit, it's going to have like little blinky things all over the place.
Right.
Oh, man. So, old buddy of ours called me up the other day, who I hadn't talked to in almost a year now. It's funny.
Called you up?
Yeah. Called me. He really did call me. And,
and
then later texted me and then called me again. To tell me about Baldur's Gate 3, I guess is finally official, huh?
It's time, right?
Yeah, and then he was just going on and on about this gay sex with the bear and this dude or something, and how they played it live in front of an audience and stuff to demonstrate the game. He showed me the video. It was a very brief clip, and I just saw this bear running after this dude. I saw no sex of any kind. I don't know what, I can't give an opinion because I didn't see like what they were doing. But apparently it's a big uproar. Have you heard about it?
I haven't, but like I said, I've kind of checked out of that realm a little bit.
Yeah. See,
but I will say that the studios, Larian, and specifically, what's his name? Is it Henrik? The head guy that runs these things. Their Doom stuff. Panel of Doom. They are a little out there and do some weird stuff, so it wouldn't surprise me to have something like that in there, but is it as uproar worthy as people are saying you or I don't know, because we haven't seen it, right?
Yeah, and I think, and I'm going back to what I think I heard Jay tell me, that I think you're capable of having this relationship in the game. Like, it's open season as far as you can be whatever gender, animal, sex, whatever you want, and you can have relationships. And again, I'm going off just hearsay, so please don't hold me to it, but I think that's what I gleaned from that.
Well, I think it probably ties into there. If I recall correctly, there's one druid that you have access to in your party, or you can be a druid.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be a way to make the beastie stuff happen.
Weird world we live in right now, man. Telling you what. But yeah, I'm disappointed, man. Like I would have enjoyed Baldur's Gate 3. I think maybe I don't really know. I would have tried it, but y'all both have talked me out of it completely because you make a good case for paying full. What'd you say, like $60, $70, $80 for the game, and then it's not an alpha, but it might as well be an alpha. I mean, it's a playable beta basically,
Mm.
but it's in beta for like 3 years. That's a long time to be paying for a game up
Yeah.
front like that. And then here we are 3 years later, and now it's come out here. I mean, I don't see how that could be appealing to anybody. Y'all both burn out on it. Y'all don't even care that it's come out.
Yeah, I haven't even updated it, and I haven't logged in, and I haven't created a character
Yeah, man, it's
since.
crazy. Yeah, it sucks, man. It seems like a
Um,
terrible business model.
yeah. Well, I mean, it is, but it came at a time where people were trying that kind of stuff because the old ways weren't working, right?
Now, was that in the midst of COVID as well?
It would have been right before it,
Hmm.
I think.
Because I wonder if they made that choice just because they knew people would be sitting at home and
No, this was an investment choice. This was one of those things where they couldn't get a big studio to pick them up
so they
to
crowdfunded it.
to foot the bill. Yeah,
Yeah.
so they
Okay.
basically crowdfunded it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm on the fence with that.
I am too. I mean,
Because I can't say I don't support some things that do that and others that
right?
don't.
Yeah,
It's hard to be. I don't want to be a hypocrite, so I'm just on the fence.
I don't know. I feel like I can say it because I did pay for the game on free, basically,
Yeah.
and it's not good. It's fine for the company in the short long term, for during this period. Obviously, it was disastrous for them in the beginning. They've come back and they're fine. But as far as the people that invested the money to get this product going and accessible to everybody else, I mean, now if we want to ever see like level 20 or these high level characters or certain things in the game, we know we got to buy an add-on on top of that.
Yeah.
So not only have we had this game that we've had bits and pieces and all this other stuff, now we'll have to pay more to see more of the game that we
Yeah.
wanted to
And
see.
that's where you piss me off, and I'll probably never play your damn game again or support your
Right,
studio or anything else. 'Cause that's just ridiculous, man. I mean, first of all, most gamers aren't like dripping with money,
right.
you know?
Well, actually, you'd be surprised. Like that's the thing. Nerd culture has changed that
I
role,
guess
I
it
think, a
has,
lot.
yeah. At least for the younger generation, I would say
Right.
they're definitely not going to be dripping with money. They're going to be letting mom and dad, pay for it. And that's not fair to mom and dad. So I'll take mom and dad's side since I'm old enough to
Yeah.
do that. Um, I don't know. The whole thing just sucks to me because I don't know. It's tough, but I'll never get to play it. And I was really, when I found out about it, I was so excited. I was like, man, is this really a thing? And you were like, yeah, but hang on.
Right.
It really is not a thing. I'm like, okay, well, that sucks. But
For
anyway,
all the love I have of the Baldur's Gate, the Icewind Dale series,
mm-hmm.
even Planescape.
Planescape.
Planescape
Planescape was good.
was a little different.
Yeah.
But Pools of Radiance, actually, I think I enjoyed a little more, and I couldn't tell you why. But all the D&D games, the ones that came out after, all the ones that Beamdog uh, did the enhanced editions on,
Yeah.
all that. I don't know. It's not as fulfilling as going back and playing some of the really old ones, right?
Oh, dude, I would like Baldur's Gate 1 for me was just the best times.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Well, I mean, it was like an improvement upon Neverwinter, which I also played all of those, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It gets to be kind of honestly, it's boring. because I've experienced so many games since then.
Yeah,
Right?
like that. Yeah. What was that one you and I played on the console so much? It was Baldur's Gate related. There were two of them. It was a first and a second.
Dark Alliance?
Yeah, man, me and you played the shit out of that. Both of those. I
Yeah.
love those games. I still sit down and play them to this day. I would. I didn't say I did. In fact, about 10 years ago, I even got my wife to sit down and play with me one time because it's one of those few games where you can play together.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that. I tried emulating it about a year ago. It did not run well at all.
Right.
Yeah, but it might on this newer computer.
Yeah, I mean that was somewhat fun.
Well, we
But
went back to it
again,
multiple times, so maybe it was just that was all we had. So
well, no, the thing was, it was
weren't
one of
burnt
those
out.
games where you wanted to try a different character. You couldn't really get away with like a multi-class character in the game.
Right.
It didn't play well.
Yeah.
So you wanted to play somebody a little fightery. You wanted to play somebody a little magey. You wanted to play somebody a little sneaky. So you wanted to do these multiple playthroughs,
I
but
always played sleepy.
burn out.
Oh man, that took me back to that dude, the nerd, Revenge of the Nerds. Well, all right, Baldur's Gate 3. I guess you're just never gonna see my money.
Yeah, well,
Oh well. So we win some, you lose some, but there's a bunch of great games coming out. They'll take my money.
it's Larian. They'll put something out there you'll like, I'm sure.
Yeah. Speaking of sequels, I saw they're making a Death Stranding 2. Did you see that?
I did see that.
Yeah. It actually looks
I
pretty
haven't
cool.
finished the first one.
I know, I haven't either. In fact, it's uninstalled right now because I need the hard drive
really?
space. Yeah, dude, fucking Flight Simulator takes up a lot of space.
Ooh,
And then
yeah,
you go and
I
do
bet.
add-ons, try and make things look even better.
Yeah.
It gets ridiculous fast, and I mean fast.
I imagine.
So yeah, I saw that, and another thing I saw that I was like, oh fuck, I can't wait for this. Was Texas Chainsaw Massacre game.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, they had a Friday the 13th game that I loved. I played the crap out of, and it couldn't have come at the worst time, man. When Friday the 13th went into all that shit in the courts and stuff, man, it's just like, oh, it killed that game. And they were just about to release all this content, and they couldn't because, I mean, dude, it was so fun to play. I mean, you can still try and play it to this day. You kind of get some matches together sometimes.
Well, it was new at that time still.
Yeah,
that style
it
of
was brand-
gameplay.
Yeah, it was brand spanking new. Nobody really had that. There was one other. It was called
about the same time
Yeah,
that
it was
Dead by Daylight.
Dead
came
by
out.
Daylight. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep, that was the other one. In fact, that's what most people that left Friday the 13th went back to Dead by Daylight.
Right.
But yeah, what I saw on the trailer looked really cool. It's
I've never
original.
really played Dead by Daylight, but what I saw of the gameplay of the Jason game, it just had a lot more things to draw you in, right? Like the story element of the movie type franchise.
Right.
It did that more than the other games.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I loved it. I had a lot of fun with that game. In fact, it was one of the few games that brought me back to PC gaming.
Right.
Yeah, it was actually the first one in years that I installed and started playing. I was all about it, man. You know how much I love the Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Let me wear I'm looking up to see my mask is up there. I gotta wear it one day on here. But yeah.
So Texas Chainsaw, what else?
Oh, I was trying to think. That's all I had written on there. But there was a bunch that I was talking to Jay about the other day because, of course, I've decided I can't wait for Starfield.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because I really want to do Star Citizen, but after, they just had their free week and whatever, and our friend Jay had done that too, and he was telling me how ridiculous that was, just as far as like, making sure you're drinking and eating and I appreciate that very much if I want that experience, but I want to be able to like have a slider of difficulty to change that experience if I don't want it, which some games have. Like survival games, they'll have a survival, like Skyrim.
Like level of survival.
When we tried to get my wife to play Skyrim the other day, I said, and you said, like, dude, you got to turn that survival shit off. She's gonna die because she was bitching the whole time. I'm so thirsty.
Right.
or some shit. I don't know what it was, but she was dying or for something that her character was needing. God, I'm trying to think of what some of these were off the top of my head.
American Truck Simulator.
Well, that's what I'm playing now.
Oh,
One of the
okay.
ones I'm playing now. Let me find our where we were talking at. If you
I've
want.
got it up now. You did mention Avowed.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool. That's
Rebel
an Obsidian
Galaxy.
game. That's why, I
Yeah.
mean, Obsidian did some great stuff, including Baldur's Gate. Wasn't that theirs? Yeah. Am I thinking wrong? Yeah, that was theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was. Rebel Galaxy. I want to
Oh, no,
say
don't worry
it's
about
from
that. That's
another
something old.
franchise,
Yeah, that's
right?
something old he brought up. I don't even know why he was talking about that. I guess he was just talking about stuff that we'd be interested in or something, but that's from 2015.
Okay. I
Yeah.
was like, that doesn't seem new.
Mm-mm. Um, there was a
But he
couple I was
put a
thinking.
lot out there. It's down towards the bottom of the conversation. Death Stranding 2, Arc Raiders, The Day Before.
Day before. Oh, the day before, man. Yeah, I think that's the ultimate one that I'm going to be looking forward to as far as survival games, zombie
Yeah.
games. It just looks really, really good. What was the one you said before? Arc Raiders? Yeah, that one looks really cool too.
Spaceborne 2
That
and
one looks awesome.
Everspace 2.
Yeah. I actually got to see, was it Everspace 2? I went back and looked. Everspace 2 is already out, been out. I went and looked at it. Maybe. It's kind of an older thing.
Yeah, it's not really my kind of thing.
Yeah. I think I was just putting that on there because I thought it might be interesting. But no, the others are not yet to come out. They're either coming out later this year or 2024. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to a lot of them. There's some good stuff coming up. And any of this Unreal 5 stuff is just, ridiculous looking, man. It just looks so good. What they're doing over there at Epic, man. To be able to render these, I mean, it's good if ILM comes to you and makes a whole way of doing, effects through using Unreal Engine.
Right.
That's a pretty big deal. So
Mandalorian's isn't out, is it?
that was one he was talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I think he was saying it was coming out.
Right. I think it's TBA on the release. And that's, I'm not 100%, but that seems like one of those almost Civilization type games, like a strategy, warring nation type thing.
I thought it might be kind of like a part porno game too. I wasn't sure. I thought he was describing something like that. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was something else we were talking about.
Blockbuster Inc. That looks like it could be a porno game.
Blockbuster Inc. Now I can't remember.
It could be any kind of
is.
game, though. It's one where you're making movies, basically.
Oh, yeah, he did say that. Yeah, you're making movies. Yeah, I can't imagine what that's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was naming a lot of... I thought he was trying to tell me about a bunch of new stuff, and yeah, we ended up... He was listening to a lot of...
A bunch of old stuff.
Yeah, a bunch of old stuff. I don't know what he was doing, really. But yeah, I guess tentatively, because you know how he is, with staying in touch, and he wants to be ahead in the game anyway. I know we mentioned he says he's going to play Starfield day one. I am going to as well because I've got Xbox Game Pass, so it'll be out on that for free. Well, for the Game Pass subscription.
No.
Not for free. So I'll be playing it, man. So we'll see. I hope it's not as tedious as Star Citizen sounds.
Right.
We shall see.
Obviously.
First IP for Bethesda in 25 years. It's a big deal.
About time.
Yeah, that's what seems to be everybody.
They've been milking those cows for a while.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, they have. But why not? They've done well with them, especially the Fallout stuff. Because Fallout was kind of like a niche thing. That was one of Jay's favorite games.
Yeah.
And not everybody loved Fallout. Especially I'm one of those because I don't like turn-based games. They're just too tedious to me.
Yeah.
But he loved them, and now with the newer stuff, that's all you hear about. Fallout. Oh, Fallout's great. Fallout 76. Oh, it's so great. I've never played any of them.
separate from Bethesda.
Oh, is it? I don't
76.
know. I don't even know.
I could be wrong.
Talking out my
I
ass for it.
wanted to say
Yeah.
that Bethesda kind of like bowed out from that one, but I'm not 100%.
Hmm.
So let us know.
Oh, and oh, I did write it down. Okay, I was going to say that made me think of Microsoft has won that merger.
Oh yeah,
Activision Blizzard is part of them now, man. This should be interesting.
the Microsoft universe and the Disney galaxy.
Man, it'll be interesting. I don't know
Little
what to say
Fight
other
Club
than they
reference
won.
there.
Yeah. Um, I was trying to think. Well, I had a bunch of shit. Twitter. Got some Twitter news, man. So I went and got a Google Voice account so I could get another phone number, and I changed
Right.
my phone number on my Twitter account because I've heard they banned by phone number. So I was afraid that, which it turns out I had the number, so I didn't get banned. I don't know how true that is. So anyway, that may be old news and not the way they do it now.
Right.
But I went and got another phone number nonetheless, changed my number to that number, and went ahead and bought into the Twitter Blue thing again to get verified. And we're going to take another stab at this because, and this was even before I knew, but like literally after I did this, I found out that they did all the payouts. Y'all probably heard about it. They finally started paying on Twitter for content creators. And there were quite a few nice checks paid out to some people that didn't have any idea they were getting shit, I don't think. I mean, they might have had some idea, but I don't know what they were expecting, if they were expecting anything. But some people got some very nice checks. And these are people that aren't even top. I mean, like one guy did very well, and he was like 2,500th in rank or something like that. And he just posts memes all the time. I mean, that's how you can make money, bro. So, you know, with Blue, you get the 2 hours of video you can upload, and I can leave longer. Dude, I'll tell you what, I'll pay the $8 for Blue any day of the week just for that fucking long form tweet. The minimum character, the 240 characters, is just not enough, man. When you have a thought and you're really on the go, and man, it's just not enough. Especially when I was trying to get under Elon's, getting Elon's my stuff and under his eyes somehow, so he could look into the reporting abuse. But,
well, also the amount of video that you get with that is also kind of a big deal.
Oh yeah, that's huge because they have a big cap on what you can do as just a free user. It's like 2 minutes 20 seconds of video, and originally Blue was only going to get 60 minutes of video, but now it's 2 hours. And I was trying to think what. Well, I don't know. You know, they left a bad taste in my mouth, and I'm still worried that something could happen. But I'm a little smarter and wiser too about how Twitter works. I was a Twitter virgin when I started on that last account.
Yeah.
So I was just speaking my mind. And whether or not that got me in trouble, I don't know. Because, like I said, there's a lot of reporting abuse going on. So people are just trying. If they didn't like what you said, they'll try and get rid of you.
Yeah.
And he's got to do something about that. So I'm hoping that I'm sure I'm not the only one making statements to him. But that new CEO is going to be in. If she's not in now, she'll be in any day, I would think. And who knows how things are going to change with her. It's just walking on eggshells with Twitter, man. I think a lot of people are. There was a lot of good that's come out of it, but there's a lot of bad that's come of it, and there's been a lot of weird things. You know, like the cap he put on it the other day about how many tweets you could read, and then he lifted the cap a little bit more. It was during the July 4th weekend. It's kind of like an encouragement almost for everybody to go out and be outside. But yeah, it's little stupid things like that make you roll your eyes.
Sounds like kooky billionaire bullshit to me.
Yeah, I don't know, but I still like what he does. I'm not as mad about it as I was the other day because I mean, still, it. You imagine I was nobody doing nothing, making nothing, But if I was somebody with a huge following doing something, that would have been a real big fuck you to just suspend the account like that. That would have cut the legs right out from under you. But on the flip side of that too, if you're that big, you should have secondary stuff where people can reach you, which that's another thing I made sure. I'm like, here's all I pinned it to the top of my thing. Here's all my, places you can find me. Should I disappear again, you can find me here type stuff. So venturing down that path again. We'll see how it plays out, man. We got to get some money going for this channel. This channel's got to grow. Right? So any kind of side hustle we can get going. I don't care what it is. I want to get a new camera. You need a new camera. You got to get the basic stuff going. Stream decks would be nice. It doesn't have to be extravagant and shit. We just need a couple of tools. It takes a little bit of money to do that. So that's what I'm trying to get done. Shit, I just lost my train of thought. There was something else I was going to bring up. Oh, kittens. Kittens are doing good.
Kitten update.
Kitten update, yeah. They were 6 weeks yesterday. 6 weeks old yesterday. And I gave the first trial of food to Moo. And damn if she didn't eat it all. Right on first try, ate it all. Yeah. And then I said, well, let me try you on some water. First try, she goes after the water. I'm like, hells yeah. This is awesome. Boo, on the other hand, Boo's a little slower on the uptake. He's bigger than she is. And it's just like, people, I've always called myself the cat whisperer. Other people have now come to call me the cat whisperer because they see. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I must have been a cat in another life or something. But I told my wife, I was like, this is just the way it is. It seems in my experience, the female cats just are with it. They just they know what's up, man. That race memory is really they can access it in no time. Males, on the other hand, not so much. They are a lot slower on the uptake. And I think that's just not even just really cats. I think that's just kind of that animal inside us all, that basic thing that drives us. I think that's just the way we're built. We as males just go off and spread our seed, and that's it, and then lay down afterwards. That's it. If you look at it,
and females want to have a nice space.
Yeah, they're gonna have it done up, and they've got kids to rear and shit like that. We're talking about cats, y'all. I'm not talking about.
We're not talking about Captain Pike.
Yeah. So anyway, they're doing a lot better. They've still got a bit of the diarrhea, which is annoying. But yeah, they're getting better. They're full on kittens, man. They're running all over the house. They're cute. It's a lot of fun to be around them. But I'm ready for them to go. And that person that was going to take them as backed out as I told you they would. I knew it was going to happen. So now I got to find somebody, and I really would like to keep them together. Although the more I think about it, that's only for their benefit in their youth. I think as they get older, that's not so much. Now it can happen. They certainly could enjoy each other's company through life, but as they get older, they tend to just kind of go their separate ways and stay in their own corners for the most part. So I'm just gonna have to accept the fact that they're probably gonna have to go to separate places because I can't be picky at this point, dude. Right. I gotta have my sanity back. I love them, but it's too much. I got way too much going on to have that shit as well. But
totally understandable.
Yep, they're doing good otherwise. But trying to think what else is going on. Anything special? I don't know. Nothing off the top of my head.
Same. I'm thinking, but I'm not coming up with anything.
Well, all I know is I can't wait for some Justified. I've been playing a lot of Flight Simulator. I can tell you that. We talked a little bit each time about what games I'm playing, and I'm still on that quest for Cyberpunk's was filling the kind of the first person survival open world type role. Yeah. But that wasn't the game I wanted to fill that role. That was because I'm waiting. Trying to wait for the patch or the update, I mean. The expansion, I mean.
Right.
But I have been having a lot of fun with Flight Simulator, man. I've put all this time into learning one jumbo jet, the Airbus A320 Neo, so I can start it up from dead cold. And I enjoy flying it a lot. So I've had a lot of fun there, and that's caused me to want to just tinker with Flight Sim a little bit more, making the graphics better, like using Google Maps instead of Bing Maps because they look better and all that kind of jazz, man. Different paint schemes because I want to fly, shit.
A sick whip in the air.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of, I've drawn a blank on the airline that I'm trying to, British Air.
Yeah.
Because I like flying in England a lot. So I wanted a British Air livery for my my A320. And then so I go and download this other A320 that's supposed to like be a little more realistic and shit. And you think, and it's like the same damn plane, and I can get it started and all that shit, but it's just quirky as fuck, man, because it's just like homemade, I guess, there's a lot of things to work out, I guess, to get it 100% right. But like, you'll be on the taxiway and simply using your triggers is does your rudder. And as you're turning, you just pull a little right, and you can turn a little right, you pull a little left, you turn a little left, This one, man, dude, I don't know what the hell is going on. Like, you hit the left thing and nothing happens, like you don't go anywhere, but then all of a sudden the wheel, it's like the wheel just, it does real slow. Instead of fast turn, it's like it waits, like you're telling it left, and then it goes left, and then you're all of a sudden, that's all you can do is go left, right. So you're turning off like this, right, and then you're like, oh shit, and you're hitting all the right, and all of a sudden right, yeah, and I'm going all the way around. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I just want to go straight, man. I just need little minor corrections. Other than that, so yeah, that's enough to get me where I'm like, fuck this shit. I just go back to the old basic one, I mean, it's enough for me, dude. I do like to try and be as realistic as possible because I'm like that guy that thinks one day he's going to be on an airplane and he has to land it, right? I can keep I can get a plane in the air, no problem. I can keep a plane in the air, no problem, as long as I have fuel. Right. That's a caveat. And I can get a plane down to the runway, no problem. Getting it on that runway, no problem, without killing us all is a whole other story. So, yeah, I've been trying. It's like, I guess, a lifelong thing that I'm going to keep practicing that for the one day that I might have to do that. Yeah. But I never fly anyway. But assuming that I have to start flying, going around here and there, yeah, it's going to become, the odds are going to go up anyway. That could happen. It certainly ain't going to go up if I never fly. Right. Right.
Once we get our billions.
That's right.
You'll have your own planes.
I'm telling you, man. You're dreaming like I am. We're getting it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be part of it. I'm going to be part of those 1%ers making the world go round. Go to Rothschild Island and live. The secret base up in Antarctica.
I'm going to say fuck all y'all and build my own base on the moon.
Dude. Seriously, though, man, like, if I had, like, Elon money or Rothschild money or any of them just huge-ass billionaire money people, I would definitely have my own, like, Epstein Island or whatever, with, minus the kitties. I'm not down with that shit. It would just be my own island. I would have my own militia, no doubt about it. My own stormtroopers. You gotta have protection, man. And I believe I'd get them uniforms and shit. Like, it would be a whole fucking, they'd be my army, and like I'd have all proper rank and shit. I'm not sure how.
Now, are you gonna give them just moisture in their mouthpieces?
Oh man,
for their helmets.
I'm not gonna be like that. They'll be paid well. See, now that's the other thing, right? Now, how you gonna guarantee that somebody's gonna do right? You're gonna pay them well, man. You got to pay a man so well he can't be bribed.
That doesn't work. That equation doesn't work historically. It'll keep people satisfied for a period of time, but
they can have anything they want with what I'm paying them, and that's not good enough for them. You don't think?
It depends on what you're asking them to do.
Yeah, well,
and how long they've been doing it, and how it taxes their mind. I
can guarantee I wouldn't be a shady motherfucker.
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, like, if you got your right-hand man who's been doing axe jobs for you for years, he may just decide it's your time one day.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't have to get up to much, man. I mean, I got all the money and shit, so what do I need to do? I just be on my island, just having an army just to keep myself protected from those other idiots around. That's probably why. Yeah. I mean, really have it. But I'd be like, a base on the moon. That would be something. I would definitely.
I'm serious, man. If I had that money, I would be like not doing all this Elon and everybody else shit. I would be building a base on the fucking
Well, they
moon.
are. That's part of it.
I do, but I'm just like he's trying to control too much of it. Is my issue.
Oh.
Um,
I don't know. I know I'd probably be the same way, I guess. My money,
Probably.
my vision. Like, if it's my base, damn it. Build my base on the moon. It's like building your house here. You want it done your way. You're gonna hold some money back from the contractor and shit. You imagine the money you're holding back from that contract? Holy shit. I'm gonna hold $1 billion back and you'll get the other 30 billion when you're done.
I don't know. On a contract like that, you'd be hard pressed not to take Elon to the cleaners to build a base on the moon, right?
I wonder what he's like compared to the sub Rothschilds and stuff. Where he ranks money wise. I don't even know. I know isn't he the richest in America, right? Or is that wrong?
Possibly.
Or is that changed? Because I know that
I
Twitter
think it
hurt him
may
bad.
have changed. Yeah, I think that changed it actually.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unimportant to me, man. Because, like,
Right.
dude, I feel like, I'm not sure exactly what the number is, but I'd say 100 million. It might even just be 50 million. It might be 25 million. I don't know. But definitely 100 million. I don't need no more, man. What the fuck am I going to do with it? I mean, honestly, if I don't get up to the whole moon base shit or my own, even I could do the Epstein Island and have an army with $100 million. You know, moon base, that's questionable. I'm going to have to be a billionaire for that shit. Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know, man. Once you get to a certain point, I just don't see, what's the point? If you could have whatever you want, if you can make sure your significant others that you care about can have whatever they want after you're gone, I don't see the need to have extra.
You don't, and people don't. It's called the status quo. It's why people who win the lotto get fucked up. It's why people who are new to money get fucked up. It's a thing because once you have the money to start being comfortable, right? You can live where you want. A lot of people will move to a new place with no friends, whatever. You can. So you have money. You may not be happy with your wife anymore, right? If she's old. So just all these little things like that. But
I'd just like to make a disclaimer right now when my wife watches it. He was not calling you old, honey.
I'm not calling you
hypothetical
old.
Wife, not you.
Right. This is not you. This is the wife, like Elon's wife.
Yeah. He ain't even married, I don't think.
Right.
Not anymore. Anyway.
But yeah, whatever.
No, I was just saying anyway, so you could go on. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah. No, but I've lost my train of thought. It's dinner time, apparently.
Yeah, you probably need to go eat. And anyway, we're up against that hour. Your phone might be on its last leg.
Oh, no, I still got 20.
Holy shit. We did well. Well, I don't really have anything extra special further to talk about that I can think of. Yeah.
Oh, I know what I was talking about now.
Okay.
So you start traveling in new circles. You have to keep up with the Joneses. You have to pay for expensive events. And once you start hanging out with these new circles, people will ask you to start pulling up for things, right? It's like, hey, can you cover this meal tonight or whatever, and it's not like your usual expense, right? So you start needing more money to basically just have people around you.
That's true. Yeah, and 100 million may not be enough, but I feel like 100 million is a damn fine figure for like getting like I figure I've got about 40 years left. I don't know that I could go through 100 million that quick. I mean, intentionally, I'm sure I could.
Yeah.
But just living my life, I don't think I'd go that crazy. I would certainly And see, I already have a backup plan. Like first, if I ever get that kind of money, dude, or even near there, I'm buying a shit ton of property. I'm building houses and I'm buying vehicles, cash, 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 cash. Everything's paid for. So whatever happens, I got fucking shit to keep me straight. Like if I have to sell a house or two to get money back or something like that, you know, I'm going to be straight as far as having stuff that's paid for that people can't take away from me.
Well, I mean, that's so one of the reasons that car work is so popular when people get older, you know, they get these nice cars and restore them and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
is because it'll keep you active and, you know, somewhat normal as opposed to living in your compound, you know,
Yeah.
with your guns and your
Yeah, no,
your
I don't want to get like
system,
that,
right?
like Batman in my cave and never coming
Yeah.
out and shit. Yeah. No, I don't plan on being like that, but I don't know. I know I'd build a fucking nice house. Real nice house. It might even be looking like a castle or some shit. I don't know. But
I don't need all that, man.
I don't
need all the nice stuff. I would make sure that my parents were taken care of, my niece, you know, my family, all of that stuff. But as far as where I'm living, I don't know. I don't know where I would go where I wanted to be, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't know what the options are there, but I don't need to live in the affluent neighborhood. That's where things happen on one level, but it's not where, you know, life happens.
Oh yeah. Well, mine wouldn't be in a neighborhood. It would be off on its own little thing where you couldn't get to me easily, or like, you know, it'd be in the middle of like miles of land. Well, acres of land.
That changes. I will tell you.
I am gonna turn into that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be that weird guy,
but
living out in the wilderness on his own
with a giant beard, no shirt
yelling
on.
at the sky. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, I don't really got anything else to talk about.
I'm good.
Yeah. We're gonna call it. And I'm going to say one more time, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to go the extra mile this time since I always forget to say it in this podcast.
Hey, you got it at the top this time.
Yep, got it at the top, middle, and at the end.
Yeah.
I gave you all the reach around this time.
Kudos.
All right, y'all. Well, anyway, we're out of here. As always, be excellent to each other, and we'll see you on the flip side.
Thanks,
Peace.
everybody.
Thank you.